One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, thus God made McAlester. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a beautiful Saturday right before Easter here on this, again, Saturday, April the 8th, here for Mike Deak Field. This is your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, alongside, almost said Tabasco Sweet, Nate Brown. That's what your name is in my phone, right? But it's still that one in my phone. All right, alongside Nate Brown, who is your color commentator / cameraman here today. So here on this Saturday, April the 8th, we have an alumni day, as it's the Pryor Tigers at the McAlester Buffaloes. Of course, we have the high school athletes partaking in a game that's going to begin in just a little bit before 15 minutes. But as soon as this game is over, again, the Alumni Day festivities begin. So if you are a former McAlester Buffalo baseball player, we encourage you to come on out here and enjoy the festivities today. And also, if you're just a fan of McAlester baseball in general, come watch your favorite baseball players of old and also the current McAlester Buffalo baseball team play in what should be another really good game here today. Again, you're listening to KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, online at McAlsterRadio.com and on the KNED app, also video streaming on YouTube at the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. So the Buffaloes are coming off of a 2-0 loss to the Collinsville Cardinals yesterday. It was just an unlucky day for the Buffaloes. They ended up hitting about 7 hard-hit line drives right to fielders. Whether it be in the infield, outfield, Collinsville's defense just shined, and it led to a 2-0 loss for McAlester. Pitching was good. Seth Sam, even though he did not have an earned run on the day, ended up taking the loss. Gannon Mullins in relief only had 1 earned run in 5 innings. He was great. And then you had Ethan Watkins with a pretty good top of the 7th inning as well. So the pitching was good, other than a couple of errors in the first inning. Good defense from McAlester, and even though they had only 3 hits yesterday, struck the ball well. It just did not find the outfield turf. So the Buffaloes looking to keep seeing the ball well, but they're hoping to have a little bit more success in the hit column here today, hopefully to find a little bit more empty space. And as, like I said, Coach Hughes always said, hit them where they ain't. So speaking of where they ain't, we're looking at the Pryor Tigers, 17-4 on the year in Class 4A. Right now, they're first place in 4A7. That's above Holland Hall and Wagner. Last year, they were 29-13. They lost in the first round of state to Blanchard, 16-1. Blanchard, by the way, the eventual state champions, beating Tuttle in the state championship game in 4A, 6-5. So far this year, some common opponents that the Tigers have with McAlester. They beat Glenpool 16-15, 31 combined runs in that game. They lost to Collinsville 10-7, and then some teams that you might be interested in as well. Claremore's right at the top of, I think, 5A4, tied with Collinsville right now in that district. They beat Claremore down 14-6. And then they beat Coweta 8-7 just yesterday. So the Pryor Tigers, a very good 4A baseball club, and they're going to look to get some revenge over the McAllister's looking to get some revenge over Pryor, and the Tigers are trying to win a couple in a row now against the Buffaloes. What I mean by that is last year McAlester played in a 10-inning game against the Pryor Tigers. McAlester was a couple of pitches away from winning that game on 2 separate occasions. McAlester had 7 of their 9 hits in the first 2 innings. The Pryor Tigers forced their way back into the game. They ended up tying it. The Buffaloes thought they had it won a couple of times. Again, it looked like they had strike 3 2 separate occasions. It just was not meant to be, it looked like. And the Tigers took advantage of it, take the win in 10 innings and a walk-off win in Pryor last year. A lot of people may not remember that game because that was also the same day that the McAlester Lady Buffaloes were playing, I believe that was Midwest City in the state quarterfinals in Norman. So, now McAlester in front of alumni, in front of their friends and their family, having a chance here on this Saturday afternoon to get some revenge against the Pryor Tigers. So we're going to actually take a little bit of a break. Before we do that, though, we want to talk about the importance of this game. No, it is not a district game. It does not matter in terms of playoffs, but it does matter in terms of momentum. McAlester is on a 5-game losing streak right now, and they really would like to get a win against a good team to be able to get some momentum to go into next week's tough district matchup that they have with the Bishop Kelly Comets. They go to Tulsa on Monday, and then they host the Comets on Tuesday. So not only is it important for that, but like we mentioned, it is an alumni day. You want to be able to put on for the Buffaloes of old as well, make them proud. So we'll see if the Buffaloes can do so, as we're going to be having first pitch here momentarily. We'll take a quick break and have your starting lineups when we return here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank N.A., strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma, here at Mike Deak Field on this Alumni Day. The Buffaloes are about to take on the Pryor Tigers. Let's look at their starting lineups here. Starting with the Tigers, 1 through 9 looks like this. 17-4 on the year. Leading it off, the shortstop, number 12, Gavin Roberts. Roberts at short. Batting second, the second baseman, number 4, Ty Consine. Consine at second. Batting third, the first baseman, number 25, Cy Collins. Collins at first. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, number 2, Stephen Osborne. Osborne in right field. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 8, Riley Hurst. Hurst, the DH for the pitcher, number 3, Landon DeSotil. DeSotil on the mound. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 22, Blake Ragland. Ragland at the hot corner. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 1, Aiden Parker. Parker in center. Batting eighth and behind the plate, the catcher, number 5, Brunk Gray. Gray behind the plate. And rounding out the starting line for the Tigers, batting ninth, the left fielder, number 17, Jacob Couch. Couch in left field. The Tigers led by head coach Gerald Osborne. McAlester Buffaloes 10-10 on the year. 1 through 9 looks like this for them. Leading it off, the right fielder, number 15, Seth Sam. Sam in right field. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Caden Lesnow. Lesnow at short. Batting third, playing catcher, number 7, Ethan Gillespie. Gillespie behind the plate. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 8, Braden Phillips. Phillips at first. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 6, Gannon Mullins. Mullins at the hot corner. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins. Watkins in center. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel in left field. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb at second. And batting ninth and rounding out the starting line for the Buffaloes, the pitcher, number 3, Jackson Lowerman. Lowerman on the mound. Buffaloes today, if you're listening on radio, going wherever you might be going, hopefully you're coming on over here to the field to cheer on the McAlester Buffaloes. They're wearing their pinstripe uniforms, classic uniforms with black numerals on the front and back, and the black MB interlocking along the pocket part of where a T-shirt would be. Also, they're wearing their black caps with the gold interlocking MB on the front. As for the Pryor Tigers, they're wearing their gray pants with the blue jerseys and gold numerals on the front and back with the blue caps, the gold P that looks like the Pittsburgh Pirates P on the front with the gold bills. So we do have Coach Mullins and Coach Osborne, as we speak, meeting at home plate. I think that they are still a little ways to go before we have the national anthem, so we're going to send it back to commercial break one more time before we have first pitch. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED. Okay! Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards. purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Batting 6, number 10, Ethan Watkins, center field.
So we're finishing up the starting lineups here at Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes about to take on the Pryor Tigers here on this Alumni Day and the day before Easter. And it's you couldn't ask for a better day for baseball. It's going to get up to about 72 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, and just a picture-perfect day for baseball. So it looks like the starting lineups have been announced. We're about to have our national anthem. We'll send things down to the field here of Mike Deak Field.
Your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
I'm not sure that's our national anthem, folks. There it is.
Oh, that's classic. So the song before that one may not be the national anthem, but I'm surprised it's not the new state song with all the tornadoes and severe weather that we have all the time. Just sirens. That's all it is. Anyway, there we go. We're about time to play baseball over here at McAlester. Let's look at the defensive alignment for the Buffaloes. You have Braden Phillips at first base, Spencer Stinchcomb at second base, Caden Lessnow at short, and Gannon Mullins at third. In the outfield, Gunnar Hodgel in left, Ethan Watkins in center, Seth Salmon right, and the battery for the Buffs today, Gillespie behind home plate, and Jackson Lowerman on the mound. Lowerman so far this year, a 1-1 record, 10 2/3 innings pitched, 5.91 ERA, 11 strikeouts to 7 walks, and he is a righty here for the Buffaloes. He'll be facing Gavin Roberts, Ty Consine, and Cy Collins, 1, 2, 3 for Pryor. Nate, any final thoughts before we get started?
I'm just looking forward to see how this one is. It seems like Pryor's a pretty good team.
17-4 on the year so far.
So this will be a good test for McAlester.
Yeah, Buffalo's trying to, again, get the monkey off their back, trying to erase that 5-game losing streak. And what's weird is it's shortly after they went on a 5-game winning streak. So they went on a 5-game winning streak, lost 8-3 to Norman, got it back against Midwest City, winning 14-4, and then since then lost to Choctaw, lost at Glenpool twice, lost a close one to Tahlequah, lost a close one to Collinsville. There have been now, I believe, 10 games decided by 3 runs or less for McAlester. We're about to have first pitch brought to you by Big V Feed Center. It's always your best bet for your feeding program for all of your animals. Visit your Big V Feeds dealer in McAlester, Kiowa, and Shakota. So, 50% of McAlster's games played in games decided by 3 runs or less. So,
wild. If
you like close games, usually that's what you get with McAlester. Lauerman comes set. The first pitch of the afternoon will be a fastball missing up above the Pryor, that script that goes from the left to the right of the jersey, and that'll be ball 1. Roberts, again, the shortstop, number 12, according to OSSAA rankings, it lists him as a freshman. Wide stance, here's the 1-0. This will be a curveball missing down low. And the count is 2-0 here on Gavin Roberts. And 4 out of those 5 losses for McAlester, as we're looking at the last 5 games. The 2-0 is going to catch the corner for strike 1. 4 out of those 5 games decided by 3 or less. A 3-run loss to Choctaw. Of course, there was a big loss to Glenpool, but then you lost by 3 to Glenpool the next day. Lost by 2 to Tahlequah Thursday and 2 to Collinsville on Friday. 2-1. Ground ball left side. Les now gets it on the hop, throws over to first. Plenty of time for out number 1. Bringing up the second baseman, number 4, Ty Consine. That's what's going to hurt more for McAlester than anything, I think. It's not that they're, just getting, beaten. It's that they are in the game. They have a chance maybe to take it home, and it just slips away. So today they're looking to turn it around. And like we said, against a pretty good Pryor Tigers team that's only lost 4 games this year. Ty Consine, the second baseman today, and he will be batting left-handed. So Lauerman out of the stretch, nobody on, 1 down, top of the first inning, no score. First pitch, good one from Lauerman, outside corner, strike 1.
Put that one in a perfect spot.
Lauerman delivers a pretty good fastball. When he's painting his corners, he can be tough to hit. The 0-1. He's going to miss outside, and now move the count now to 1 ball, 1 strike. He brings a pretty good amount of velocity, and it's not like a blow-by-you kind of fastball, but it's one of those that if you are mixing up your pitches with off-speed and fastball, it can run in on you, as this one's going to be fouled off at the plate to move the count to 1-2. It's one of those that will surprise you if you're sitting like off-speed, and then a fastball comes in, you're going to be late.
Yeah.
Count 1-2. Lauerman has 11 strikeouts on the year. He's looking for number 12 here against the second batter. The 1-2. High hop, ground ball left side, taken by Mullins, has to be quick, throws it, and a good scoop by Braden Phillips over at first base for out number 2. I don't know if it hopped, but it was pretty low to the left side. That's a tough play by Gannon Mullins to make. On that big hop, he's got to go quick from glove to hand to first, and he does so in time for out number 2, assisted by Braden Phillips. And that brings up the first baseman, number 25, Cy Collins. Collins, a righty. 2 ground outs to the left side of the infield to begin our game today. 2 down, nobody on. Top of the first. First pitch down by the ankles of Collins for ball 1. Again, for those on radio, we're set up along the first base side. What you see on the video stream is what you get. That's what we are. That's what we're streaming from. The 1-0, or broadcasting from rather, misses up high for ball 2.
Well, we're streaming and broadcasting from the same place. So.
That's right. Well, some people have like their cameras off totally different places than where the people are actually broadcasting from. Not us.
I would show you that we're up here, but y'all don't want to see us.
The 2-0 misses high for ball 3.
There's a reason we're on radio and not TV.
That's right.
At least for me.
3-0 the count. The pitch from Lauerman misses upstairs, and that's going to be 4 straight balls to put Cy Collins on the base paths. So a runner at first for almost a Tahlequah Pryor. We just had Tahlequah Tigers 2 days ago. The Pryor Tigers have a runner at first for Stephen Osborne, right fielder number 2. Stands all right. Got a pretty good amount of crowd. Usually what garners the most attention and the most seats over here at McAlester is behind home plate, underneath that tunnel, and over in that pavilion next to the concession stand, so they can be a little bit closer towards the action. But the grandstand, it's all right today, as this one's going to bounce into the turf, and that'll be ball one here to the lefty, Stephen Osborne. So the Tigers have worked righty-lefty, righty back to lefty. Runner at first here for the Tigers. 2 down, no score. 1-0 the count. Lauerman delivers. This one's going to be low as well, ball 2. So Lauerman was pounding the zone against the first 2 batters, getting ahead in the count. Since then has thrown 6 consecutive balls, so looking to get back into the zone here. When McAlester has been winning most of their games, they've been able to not give up a lot of free passes. And that's just how it normally is, though, right? Here comes the pickoff over to first. It's not going to be in time. So usually when McAlester has won their games, they have won the, the walk count. They've had less walks than their opponent. The only time I can think that they haven't had that happen, a couple of times actually, the 2-0 curveball, catch the outside corner for strike 1. Good pitch there from Lauerman. Only a couple times I can remember that they had less walks than their opponent and lost was against Cashin in a 9-inning game and that shootout against Tahlequah back on Thursday. That's just recent memory, though.
Right.
Lauerman, the 2-1, delivers. This one's going to miss upstairs and outside, and that'll be ball 3. So hitters count for the cleanup batter, Stephen Osborne. Again, hardly any wind blowing today, maybe just a tad 5 to 10 mile per hour gust every once in a while in from center field, so not blowing out today. 3-1 from Lauerman. Runner takes off, pitches a called strike. The throw to second is not in time. So a stolen base for Cy Collins. But the count is now full to Stephen Osborne. But a runner in scoring position for the Tigers. The chance to give them an early lead. All the way back in the box again. Another wide stance here for the Tigers for Stephen Osborne. Looks pretty even. Toes up against the line. The 3-2. Ground ball right side towards Stinchcomb. Fields flips to first in time for out number 3. So they leave a runner stranded over at second base, get 3 ground outs to 3 different positions. Shortstop, third base, second base, and we head to the bottom of the first for Seth, Sam, Caden Lesnow, and Ethan Gillespie here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season. So great job by Jackson Lauerman getting back in the zone and forcing 3 groundouts for the Buffalo defense to leave a runner stranded over at second base. We head to the bottom of the first inning for Seth, Sam, Caden Lesnow, Ethan Gillespie. No score here at Mike Deak Field on this beautiful Saturday before Easter, as it'll be Landon DeSoddle on the mound for the Tigers. Here's the first pitch to Sam. Sam swings at it late, pop up right side, and looks like it's going to get out of play. And that'll be strike 1. Let's look at the defensive alignment for the Tigers. Again, I apologize if I'm saying these last names wrong. Collins at first, Constine at second, Roberts at short, Ragland at third, Couch in left, Parker in center, Osborne in right, And the battery for the Tigers, as here comes the 0-1, will miss upstairs for ball one, is Gray behind the plate and DeSottl on the mound. Let us know where you're listening or watching from. Even if you're inside the ballpark today listening, let us know where from, as here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2 to Sam. That's on Twitter, at Buff Sports Radio. Again, Twitter, at Buff Sports Radio. Tell us where you're tuned in at. 1-2 the count. DeSottl winds up, and the 1-2 to Sam. Line drive up the middle, straight to the shortstop, Roberts, on a hop. He throws over to first, and he came off the bag. It was a hard-hit ground ball. Looked like it was going to be another out. The Buffaloes hit about 7 or 8 hard-hit ground ball / line drives, and it went straight to fielders yesterday. Happened again that time, but this time it is Roberts that threw it a little bit too high for Collins, came off the bag, and as he was coming back down, Sam beat him over to first base. So it's going to go down as an early E6 to bring up Caden Lesnow.
And those of you on the video stream had a perfect view of that.
Pick off over to first as Sam's back in safely. That's the cool thing about the view that we have. We may not have the best view of every single pitch over at the mound because you can't see left or right, but you can see high to low.
Right.
But you can see clearly the play over at first base. First pitch to Lesnow's up high for ball one. And Sam, always a threat to steal, 16 stolen bases on the year. That is good for third on the team behind Watkins with 23 and Gillespie with 20. Now the reason why he's a leadoff base runner here, also with an on-base percentage of .479 for Sam. Pitch to Lesnow, gets fouled straight back, and the count is now 1-1. Lesnow batting just about, just 5 points above 300, 305. Looks like a 400 on-base percentage. He's got 7 extra base hits on the year, 4 triples, leads the team in that stat. The 2-1, good curveball from DeSottl, and that moves the count now to 1-2. Scoreboard has it at 2-2 if you're listening over here inside the stadium, but it is 1-2 the count coming up here to Lesnow. Pick off over to first again, sliding in safely will be Sam. Again, if you think about a perfect day for baseball, it's today.
This is exactly what you picture.
The 1-2. Curveball, hard hit ground ball, straight to the third baseman. They might go around the horn. Over to second for one, over to first. Once again high. That's going to go down as a fielder's choice as it was snagged by the first baseman Collins. Buffaloes once again just hitting the ball hard, just right at him. It's a 5-4 fielder's choice, brings up Ethan Gillespie. Gillespie, before the game on Thursday, had only not reached base, I think, twice all season long. And now he's had a couple of games where he hasn't been able to reach base safely. Trying to turn it around here against the Tigers as the first pitch misses up high for ball one. Still having a phenomenal year as Gillespie. 444 batting average, 557 on base percentage. Still leads the team in those stats. 31 RBIs.
Outfield's playing kind of shallow for him.
Pick off over to first, and it nearly got Caden Lesnow. Was leaning over towards second base. Slid back in over to first. I think Collins, he kind of tilted his head a little bit to the right, saying, I might have had him. 1-0 the count to Gillespie. Pitch, fastball, snap throw to first, not in time. And the count is 1-1. Now, I was watching Gray kind of warm up. Gray's not an easy guy to steal on. He pops up fast, is able to fire it to where he wants to throw it at with velocity. The 1-1. Fastball, it's going to be up high. The count is 2-1. Speaking of which, DeSottl brings a pretty live fastball as well. That's been his go-to pitch so far. Mixing in a curveball every once in a while. Pick off over to first and back in safely is Lesnow.
I think we might need Rob Manfred's rule for this.
What, the only 2 pickoffs per at bat?
Yes.
2-1's the count. The pitch goes after it, pop up, left field, towards the line, going over his couch, and now comes back in and has to dive for it. He lost it. He dove for it. I guess he lost it in the sun because, again, there's not much wind here today, but it went over towards the left field line and then dove after it, and as he was diving and falling to the ground, almost made the catch, but it popped loose, and that's going to go down as the second error of the inning on the Pryor Tigers, that time an E7, and it brings up Braden Phillips.
I mean, that was fantastic effort.
Yeah, great effort.
He just couldn't squeeze it.
It goes to show you that not every single pop-up, even on a picture-perfect day for baseball, is an easy play.
Well, and I think the wind actually might have affected that one because it was pushing it kind of in and toward the third base line.
First pitch. Ground ball left side. It's going to get into the hole. No, has a diving stop. Coming off the bag over at third will be less now, but back to the bag. What a great diving stop by Roberts. More than likely saved a run for the Tigers. And it's going to be the first hit of the day for the Buffaloes with an infield single for Braden Phillips. And that brings up Gannon Mullins with the bases loaded. This bases loaded alert brought to you by Lindley's Paint and Body Shop. It's a full-service collision repair center and restoration shop in McAlester. Yesterday, McAlester had some chances to be able to score some runs. They had about 3 or 4 times where they had runners in scoring position, could not cash in. Can they do it here with one down and the bases loaded? First pitch, swinging strike to Gannon Mullins.
I think he was looking to hit that over the scoreboard.
Mullins is batting .385 this week and had a really good day going 3 for 5 against Tahlequah on Thursday. The 0-1 will be a fastball missing outside for ball 1. I think he's seen the ball pretty well, too, because, I mean, he had one of the 3 hits for McAlester yesterday. He had 3 hits on Thursday, had the first hit of the day against Glenpool on Tuesday, as this one's going to be fouled off over to the right side. Right now, though, he's behind the count 1-2. Mullins with 4 RBIs on the year, and most of his hits have been with runners in scoring position, I believe. I think just below 50% of his hits with runners in scoring. The 1-2. This one misses up high, and the count is now 2-2. And the thing I really like about Mullins' approach, he can hit to all parts of the field.
There's a pretty big gap on that shortstop third base side.
1-2, down low to move the count to 2-2. You can tell that DeSoto's trying to get into, it's 3-2?
I have it as 3-2 now.
Nate has it as 3-2. And yes, it is 3-2. They changed it up there. So 3-2 the count. Here's the pitch from DeSoto. Fly ball, and staying alive here is Mullins as he fouls it off to the sea of concrete. Still 3-2 the count. Big early moment here for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the first with no score. Bases loaded with 1 down. No matter what, they're making DeSoto work right here. And the payoff. Again staying alive as Mullins fouls it back. Gray nearly snagged it. That would have been a big strike 3. He even looked back, Mullins did. And I think he took a sigh of relief when he saw it hit the backstop.
Yeah.
Count still full, 3-2.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat upcoming.
The pitch, curveball, ground ball left side, could be a double play. They're going to throw home for 1, and that is going to be a fielder's choice. Looks like that's going to be 5-2 fielder's choice, the second one of the day second one of the inning here for the Tigers. It was a good at bat there for Mullins, but again, ground ball straight to Ragland at third that fired to Gray, and that brings up Ethan Watkins. Watkins, still this entire year, has only had 5 at bats with runners in scoring position. This is his 6th. First pitch, called strike outside corner. Bases still loaded for McAlester, now 2 down, bottom of the first. Trying to take advantage of a couple of defensive errors by the Tigers. 0-1. Curveball outside, ball 1. So Watkins, you might be wondering what is he with runners in scoring if he has 5 at bats so far this year. 1 for 5. He's got 2 RBIs. He's usually batting out the 1 spot. So here's the 1-1. Outside corner strike 2. So he doesn't get a lot of opportunities to drive runners in. One of his 2 RBIs is a solo home run.
Oh, yeah, that was the one that was to dead center, right?
Yes. So he's got home run power. Showed it off a little bit yesterday, hitting the warning track. The 1-2. Swings and misses over strike 3, and the Buffaloes leave. The bases loaded. The Tigers work out of the jam. And we'll head to the top of the second, still scoreless here on KNED.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards.
Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
So the Buffaloes had a chance to be able to get some runs in the bottom of the first inning. They left it loaded. They had one down, and it led to a 5-2 fielder's choice and then a strikeout as the Tigers did have a couple of errors. McAlester had an infield base hit. But if you're a Pryor fan watching or listening to this game right now, thank your shortstop Gavin Roberts. He made a diving stop deep in the hole over at short. And if that rolls past him, Caden Less now scoring. So he has kept the game scoreless right now at 0-0 as we head to the top of the second inning. It'll be Riley Hurst, Blake Ragland, and Aiden Parker, the 5, 6, 7 hole batters up for the Pryor Tigers. Lauerman in for his second inning of work. Forced 3 groundouts and walked 1 in the top of the first inning. His first pitch of the second, good curveball outside corner, strike 1. One thing that I like that the Buffalo pitching staff does is if you've ever been down to the bullpen, which is connected to the Hughes Fieldhouse, as the 0-1 is curveball that's going to miss chin level for ball 1. They have 2 different things down there in the bullpen. They have a batter's cutout that you can put up for a righty or for a lefty. As here comes the 1-1, going to be fouled backwards for strike 2. And that cutout would resemble a batter if you had him inside the box. So it teaches you kind of, as you're working bullpens, where that you can pitch it inside, where you can pitch it outside, just simulating a guy up at the plate. As Lauerman delivers the 1-2, and this one's going to bounce in the turf on a changeup, it looks like, count now 2-2. Because some pitchers can throw a perfect bullpen with nobody inside the batter's box.
Right.
But when you have someone step in, it's like, oh, it's new vision. It's not just me playing catch anymore. That's what some pitchers think. 2-2. It's going to miss up and inside for ball 3. But they have that, but I also saw that they have a string tied from one chair to the other that's right at the bottom of the zone. So it's kind of teaching you, where you want to be able to get that ball at as well. As here comes the 3-2 that's going to miss the letters for ball 4. So Hurst worked a full count and then gets the walk as that brings up Blake Ragland. And you might be wondering, if you don't pay attention to a lot of baseball, why is it important to keep the ball in the bottom part of the zone? Because those are hard pitches to drive out of the park.
Yeah, you have to dip your bat way low and still get underneath it to lift the ball.
Not easy to do. We have a pair of 8s over at first base. Phillips holding on Hurst. As here's the first pitch, chopper third base side, but foul towards the McAlester dugout for strike 1. Again, the third baseman, number 22, Blake Ragland, up at the plate. He's got that runner at first with nobody out. Top of the second, no score. Lauerman looks over at first. Decent lead. And delivers. Good fastball, strike 2. Count now 0-2 here to the righty Ragland. Let's see what Lauerman can draw up here. 0-2 pitch. Off the top of the bat, it's going to land just to the left of the Hughes Fieldhouse, bounces off the netting and rolls. And the count's still 0-2. Pryor Tigers nearly turned a couple of double plays. Couldn't do so in the bottom of the first inning. McAlester would really like one here if they can't get the strikeout. Lauerman will pick off over to first. Not a bad time to do it. Keeps the runner in check. And flags at a standstill. I think just what we've been used to for the last 3 weeks, which kind of helped in that E7 for Ethan Gillespie. I'll continue this thought here in just a moment as the 0-2 is about to come up from Lauerman. And he gets the outside corner for strike 3. Backwards K for the first strikeout of the day for Jackson Lauerman. And that brings up to the plate Aiden Parker, the center fielder. Runner at first with one down. Top of the second inning, no score. I think that fielders, especially outfielders, are so used to the wind blowing 40 miles per hour out that they're not used to it going up in the air and just kind of stopping.
Yeah.
Like it is in every other state, it seems like. First pitch to Parker, misses outside for ball 1. I think some of the outfielders are starting to think, well, what, this is normal? This is what baseball's usually like? The wind's not blowing out 40 miles to left field? They've been so used to over the last 2 weeks of playing deep and waiting for the ball to just keep on carrying. As we have a pickoff attempt at first. Nothing doing. Because we saw that yesterday, too. Wind wasn't really blowing that hard. In from center field, in from left center field, 5-10 miles per hour at most. It just didn't carry as well. As here's a 1-0 that's going to be checked at down the first base side, but foul. The count is 1-1.
Just a bad luck swing there.
Yep. Because I think if he doesn't check, it might catch the letters, but count now 1-1. Could be worse luck. He could have grounded that in play, and it could have been a double play there for the Tigers. They're thankful that didn't happen. 1-1, runner takes off for second, pitches high. The throw down to second from Gillespie is off to the right. I don't think it was a designed pitch out at all, but it worked that way as it was high. Gillespie had a good chance. Just sailed it to the right to the second baseman, Stinchcomb, and it's a stolen base here for the Tigers and Riley Hurst. So now into scoring position he goes for Aiden Parker, batting out of the 7th spot, 2-1 the count on him. Lauerman looks to second and delivers. Reaching out after it, low pitch. Parker even, I think based on his expression there, didn't want to go after that pitch. And the count is now 2-2. You have such a short time to react, though. You have to make up your mind early in that pitch if you want to swing or not. Parker regrets that one because that one would have been below the knees for ball 3. Instead, the count is even at 2-2. Lauerman fires. Fastball in the turf. And the count is now full at 3-2. Brunk Gray is on deck. Big payoff coming up here from Lauerman. Comes set and delivers. Fastball chasing out after it. Foul ball once again. That's another pitch that was low that Parker went out after. So you're seeing here early that, at least in this at-bat, Parker's going after some of the low stuff. If you could deliver a competitive pitch down by the ankles, I think that Parker might be able to go after it. But again, you don't really have that luxury with the count 3-2. You got to really pound the zone and try to hit your corners here. Lauerman comes set, looks to second, and the pitch. This one's going to bounce, and it's going to be another walk here, this time to Aiden Parker.
Ball 4 brings Gray.
Again, the good news for McAlester, that puts the double play ball back into effect, and really you can tack it back and throw over to first. So 1 out, top of the second inning. Runners at first and second for the Tigers. They still don't have a hit yet, and they would really like one here for Brunk Gray, the catcher, number 5. Runner at second, one at first.
You really had to mention that, didn't you?
I said they would like one. 1 down. First pitch, ground ball left side, but foul.
I really thought that was going fair.
If it's a hit, it's a hit. That's what they want, right? They don't want to strike out, do they?
What you mentioned, how many they have.
It's only the second inning. It's not
Still.
like it's the 6th inning of a no-hitter.
Still.
Count is 0-1. I'm just mentioning that they've been able to get some guys in scoring position here.
Point still stands.
0-1 is going to be fouled off at the plate, and the count is 0-2.
Point still stands.
0-2 the count.
Gotta have some fun.
Lauerman will come to a pause, and he fires. High pop-up, left field. Hodgel will track it down, now come in, and he will drop it. It's dropped, and it rolls towards the second base bag, and that's going to go down as an E7. That's our second one of the day. Again, it could be the sun playing a little bit of an effect as well. We saw it happen in the previous half inning, but now the bases are loaded for the Tigers with only 1 down. And looking over at Hodgel, he's looking back up into the sky, that sun beating right down on his face. That's one that the Buffaloes really needed there. Now the Tigers in prime position to strike against the Buff. So McAlester was able to keep the Tigers off the board with the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. Can the Buffs do the same to the Tigers? First pitch. Popped up right side, foul territory. Phillips is chasing it down, but it's going to land well foul. That'll be strike one. And you know, because it's happened before, if an infielder can get towards that ball, even if it's in the outfield a little bit, that's still an infield fly. But that ball was just far enough out of the reach of where Les now could maybe go after it that it negated the infield fly rule. Because we saw that happen in a playoff game with the Mets one year.
Oh, yeah.
0-1, hard hit ground ball, but foul, and the count is now 0-2. But that fly ball was not. I mean, that was deep. That was deep. The one over in that Mets game. I can't remember who they were playing though.
I think it was the Braves.
I think it was the Braves actually. Count is 0-2. Lauerman, the pitch, curveball, nice spot. Not a bad spot at all. I like the idea there for Lauerman, and the count moves to 1-2. Was never going to be a strike, but it's a good pitch on an 0-2 count to maybe produce a swinging strike. Jacob Couch is up at the plate.
Pretty sure that game was at Turner Field, if I'm not mistaken.
Lauerman. Now the 1-2. Fastball way too high, and the count is now 2-2. Other than a double play right here, McAlester would love to get the strikeout. Takes away the sac fly if they can get the strikeout. 2-2 pitch. They get it! Swing and a miss for strike one or strike three. Out number 2 for Jackson Lauerman. That brings up Gavin Roberts. I need to react like that for a strike one, don't I? Gavin Roberts comes up to the plate, grounded out to short his first time up. But a big strike 3 from Jackson Lauerman. His second strikeout of the inning. Now the bases are loaded with 2 down in the top of the second inning for Roberts, who saved a run for the Tigers back in the bottom of the first. His first pitch to him is going to miss outside for ball 1. What a spot, too, there from Lauerman. Hit exactly where Gillespie put his glove, up inside. Also a tough pitch to lay off there from Couch. Count 1-0. The pitch from Lauerman. Chopper, third base side. It's going to be fielded by Mullins. He steps on third in time for the fielder's choice, 5 unassisted. And just like the Buffaloes, they return the favor to the Pryor Tigers, having them leave the bases loaded in the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the second with no score here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
So we've had a lot of action here in the first inning and a half. We've had both teams have the bases loaded, both teams with only 1 out with the bases loaded. Both teams have been able to work out of it with a strikeout and a ground out to third. So we'll see if the Buffaloes can create some separation. No score here as we head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be the bottom of the order up for the Buffaloes, 7, 8, 9, Gunnar Hodgel, Spencer Stinchcomb, and Jackson Lauerman. So DeSanto will wind up and deliver the first pitch to Hodgel. Fouls this one straight back for strike 1. Hodgel's been seeing the ball well so far this year as we were about to celebrate good times. Come on, we still are. And Coach Dixon's trying to have people turn off the sound over in the booth. Everyone's looking over here towards the press box. We're in a different side of it. Hey, celebrate good times. Come on. Oh, we're playing baseball.
There we go.
Count 0-1 here to Gunnar Hodgel. As I was saying, Gunnar Hodgel having a pretty good sophomore season so far. as the 0-1 to Hodgel will miss down low for ball one. Not a lot of sophomores that crack the starting 9 end up batting above 300.
Yeah.
Hodgel's at 333 on the year. 1-1. Pops this one backwards, and that'll be strike 2. Now, obviously, you're going to be having those underclass phenoms that just bat 500 that go play.
And that was you, right?
No. The 1-2. I didn't find my stride to my junior years. That one misses up high for ball 2. I never batted close. I never batted over 400. I batted 382 my junior, and I think 378 my senior. So not bad. 2-2. Catches the outside corner for strike 3. So Hodgel strikes out looking, as that's back-to-back strikeouts dating back to the previous inning for Landon DeSoto, and that brings up Spencer Stinchcomb, the second baseman, number 1. Stinchcomb, another sophomore, 259 batting average on the year, 333 on base percentage. He has hits in 4 out of his last 5 games, as here's the first pitch to Stinchcomb, missing eye level for ball 1. Stinchcomb in the last 5, batting .423. Here's the windup from DeSoto and the 0-1. Ground ball towards the second baseman, and it looks like one second baseman will ground out to the other, as it's Constein throwing to Collins for out number 2. Brings up the 9-hole batter, the pitcher number 3, Jackson Lauerman.
To the plate, Jackson Lauerman.
So Lauerman trying to help out his own cause, get a hit or get on base here with 2 down for the top of the order that's coming up. DeSoto winds up, and the first pitch to Lauerman checks close. Says he does not go around, though. That is pretty close, but Lauerman holds off on that pitch that was up high.
I'll take it.
I think he did hold up, but it was pretty close. Here comes the 1-0. Going to be off the hands towards the second baseman. Pop up to second, a soft line drive. That'll be out number 3, as it's Constein grabbing that one as well. So 1-2-3 go the Buffaloes as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester. Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted number 1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So we're scoreless through the first 2. The Buffaloes 0, the Tigers 0 of Pryor. And now for the Pryor Tigers, Ty Constein leading things off in the top of the 3rd, fouling this one back for strike 1. Constein, the second baseman today, grounded out to the third baseman. That's Gannon Mullins, his first time up. So he really sat back on a pitch and took it the other way for Mullins to be able to get the out. Count is 0-1. The pitch from Lauerman. Hits the outside corner. That's strike 2. 0-2 the count here from Jackson Lauerman, who's got an early 2 strikeouts. Both pitchers have 2 strikeouts. McAlester has 1 error. The Tigers have 2. The pitch. This is up and outside for ball 1. There's 1 hit from McAlester, none so far from Pryor. So that is the box score that we have so far. The 1-2. Down low and outside. It's the count now to 2-2 here on Ty Constein.
So how do you think your alumni game's going to go today?
We encourage everyone to come out, by the way. See everyone be so out of shape that's funny. The 2-2, and we fouled straight back for keeping the count at 2-2. I don't know. I honestly have no clue. The last time that we did an alumni game was fall of 2019, I think. Yep. And, I was out of breath then. I was like sitting on the second base bag then. I don't know if I'm more in shape now than I was then. I mow my lawn. I do a push mow of my lawn. And I was okay yesterday. So here's the 2-2 from Lowerman. Going to be a ground ball up the middle towards the shortstop. Lesnow snags it, throws to first in time for out number 1. Great play there by Lesnow. It was, I think, even a little bit to the right of the second base bag, but he reached out as far as his left arm would go. Brought it in, quick throw to first in time for out number 1. That brings up Cy Collins, the first baseman, number 25, walked his first time up. But no, usually the first mow of the year, I'm out of breath, and I'm having to, as I wash the dirt and the grass, everything off me. Here's a hard hit line drive to left center field. There goes the no-hitter. It's going to one-hop off the Patriot sign, and he'll be snagged by Gunnar Hodgel, trying to keep this at a double, and he will, as he fires it over towards Mullins. And Cy Collins doubles to put the Tigers in a scoring position. I've already concluded, though, I'm not going to be sprinting. My intention is just to try to swing for the fences. And if it doesn't leave the yard, I'm at singles. There are no extra base hits other than home runs going to be had today.
Not for you, at least.
Not for me, that's for sure. Stephen Osborne up at the plate, grounded out to second his last time up after the double from Collins, the first hit of the day for Pryor. They have a runner at second with 1 down. The pitch. Misses low outside for ball 1.
I mean, you and I played catch last night, and we were exhausted after, 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Playing catch.
1-0 the count, and the pitch from Lowerman. This one's going to miss up and outside for ball 2. Another lefty bat here for the Tigers. They switch them out. They go righty, lefty, and I believe it's righty the rest of the way for the Tigers through the lineup. Osborne out of the cleanup spot. 2-0. Reaching out after one. This one's going to be fouled off towards the Pryor dugout along the first base side. Let's move the count now to 2-1. I've always found it weird that a lot of, in Major League Baseball, the home dugouts are the first base side, but in high school baseball, you'll be hard-pressed to find a home dugout along the first base side. They're all usually at third. 2-1. Catch the outside corner. Right back into the zone is Lowerman, and the count is now 2-2. Lowerman living right there.
Living like Larry.
Good place to buy some real estate. It's on that outside corner. Count is 2-2. The pitch. Curveball could not. Actually, I think that might have been the fastball. The miss up and outside. The initial break looked like it was off speed, and the count's now full at 3-2. Runner at second for the Tigers. No score. Top of the third. The payoff. They barely staying alive. As Stephen Osborne fouls it. Looks like between the legs of the umpire. The count's still full at 3-2. So tough at-bats here early from the Pryor Tigers, forcing Lowerman to go deep into counts. Lowerman, the 3-2, bounces in the turf. It's going to be a walk to Stephen Osborne, and that'll bring up Riley Hurst. He walked his first time up. It's 4 walks today from Lowerman, but he's been able to get some big strikeouts. And really, I think only one of them has been just an easy walk that he gave up. The other ones have been deep counts, and they've been able to get onto the base paths. So Lowerman against Hurst, first pitch. Line drive, right field, tailing foul. Looks like it's going to land foul. Does Kaylee Labus want to come on the air? She says she will. I don't know. Come on the air. Do some commentary. Go for it. And we'll just say stuff. Kaylee Labus in the booth with us here. How's life been?
Oh, it's good.
Watching anyone specific today?
Well, my brother's on JV, so I'm just here watching.
Cheering him on.
Yeah, just waiting to see if he'll get put in today.
Runners at first and second. The count 0-1 with one down. Lauerman delivers the pitch. This one's going to be backhanded in the turf by Gillespie. And the count is now, we have it 1-1, Nate? Yeah. 1-0. No, he had a strike. There was a foul ball over here to right field. So, yeah, the count is 1-1. Runners at first and second. You want to take over for play-by-play for this next pitch? No? Okay, that's what I was wondering. Lauerman comes set, and the 1-1 delivery. Going to be fouled straight back, and that'll move the count to 1-2. Another big pitch coming up here from Lauerman. You can double play ball in effect. The Buffaloes can work around the base paths here. They can tag a bag at any bag except obviously home plate and throw over to first. Or even Mullins, if it hits right over to the bag, can step on third, throw to second. Count 1-2. Lauerman kicks, fires the pitch. Ground ball left side, right to the bag, backhanded. What a play by Mullins, but just foul. Maybe a good thing it was foul. That would have been a hard play to make. That's not an easy play to scoop. So are you going to stick around for the alumni game, Kaylee?
Oh, of course. My dad's supposed to play in it.
What year did your dad graduate? Do you know?
He graduated in 1992.
Oh, so he's probably going to be on my team then.
Oh, really?
Graduated in 2014, so we're the even years. 1-2 from Lauerman. Curveball. Another great piece there from the Tigers, fouling it straight back and staying alive. It's Riley Hurst. I was about to say, do you want me to throw at your dad if I'm going to be on the mound?
Oh, yeah, do it.
Oh, we're all going to pull muscles and everything else, too.
He's a good hitter. He was a pitcher back in the day.
So he's a pitcher and also a good hitter.
Yes.
Count 1-2. Lauerman, again, fastball up by the eyes, and the count will move to 2-2. So you say he was a good hitter. Was he part of any of the state championship teams in the 90s, or was he just before that?
He was just before it.
That's got to stink.
Yeah.
I went to one state tournament. We went to the semifinals in 2012. Close game with Carl Albert until the very end, and then they pulled away. Obviously, the Titans ended up winning the championship that year, so that was salt in the wound. Lauerman looks at second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And again, fouling it off is Riley Hurst. How many pitches are we at here on this at-bat?
A lot.
Did I interrupt you from getting food?
No,
oh.
I don't care.
I was about to say, you can hand it right back off over to Nate and go about your way. Kaylee's never been shy to get on the air, though. I know that.
Nope, never.
2-2 from Lauerman. Line drive up the middle. What a at-bat from Riley Hurst, and the Tigers looking to score. Watkins grabs it, throws towards home plate. It's going to be cut off by Braden Phillips, and the Tigers with an early lead on an RBI single from Riley Hurst. He just fouled off pitch after pitch after pitch, going down in the count. 1-2, brought it to 2-2, and then line drive up the middle. And the Tigers lead 1-0 in the top of the third inning. I think you might be the bad luck charm, Kaylee.
Oh, goodness. Better get out of here.
Well, thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you. Everything going all right? Are you still over at OSU?
I am at OSU. I'll be graduating in December.
How's everything going over there?
Good. I'm graduating a semester early with my bachelor's in nutritional sciences.
Nutritional sciences. Mm-hmm. Cool. First pitch going to miss the letters for ball 1 to Blake Ragland. Yeah, no problem. Good to see you, Kaylee. 1-0 the count as Ragland is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. Runners at first and second. Tigers lead the Buffs 1-0 with one down in the top of the third. Lauerman delivers. That one's right at the letters for strike 1. That's pretty close to the last pitch. Maybe that was a little bit lower. The count is now 1-1. I don't think Pryor really agreed with that call, but that went straight past that Pryor script. Count is 1-1 as Lauerman looks to second and delivers. Ground ball to the second base side. Stinchcomb has trouble with it. Will throw over to first just to get the surefire out, and he does so for out number 2. Even if he would have fielded that one, that would have been tough to be able to turn his body all the way to the second base bag to get the double play. So instead gets the easy out at first, and that brings up to the plate Aiden Parker. Parker walked his first time up. The runners advance to second and third with 2 down. Top of the third inning. 1-0. The Tigers lead the Buffs. Buffalo's hoping to keep it at that 1-run deficit. The pitch from Lauerman. Misses the outside corner for ball 1. I'm telling you, Kaylee's going to come take your job.
I know it.
I told her to take over for play-by-play, and she's like, what do I talk about? And I wanted to say, the game. 1-0 is the count. Lauerman delivers. This one's right down Broadway, strike 1.
Sorry about that. I'm dealing with some allergy stuff.
And I'm the one that mowed yesterday. So usually the day after I was worried about it. I was worried I was going to be just a sneezing mess today. I'm okay today so far.
Well, I told you about the air conditioning in the apartment, right?
That's fun. Here comes the 1-1 from Lauerman. Curveball, waits on it, line drive, right center field. Watkins dives, it gets past him. He's going to score a couple of runs here, and the Tigers are going to go up 3-0. The throw to second is not going to be in time. And the Tigers lead 3-0 here in the top of the third inning. So a 2 RBI double from Aiden Parker. Makes it 3-0. McAlester, they had 13 hits just a couple of nights ago against the Tahlequah Tigers. Really saw the ball well, was able to get 8 runs out of it. And since they scored, I believe it was a run in the 6th inning, McAlester has since gone 9 scoreless innings. So they need to be able to, when they come back up to the plate, obviously now down by 3, need to see the ball again. And they're seeing it well as the first pitch is going to miss outside at Brunk Gray. He reached on an E7. They're seeing it well, but, man, they just have to, I don't know, like they say in, I think it's Bull Durham, sacrifice a live chicken or something just to be able to change the luck of the Buffalo offense. Here's the 1-0. Going to be a hard-hit ground ball past the third baseman, Gannon Mullins. They're going to wave home the run. It's going to get past Hodgel over in left field as well. So this one's going to go down. I don't know if they're going to give that an error over to Hodgel in left field, or they're going to give Brunk Gray the RBI. I think it was hit hard enough. We're going to see here in just a moment what they scored on Game Changer. I think you have a play at the plate maybe if he fields it cleanly. So it's probably going to go down as a single and then an E7 there on McAllister's. We're going to be having a mound visit. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be back here on KNED. Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season. Tigers here in the top of the third inning has given them a 4-0 lead. All 4 hits for them have come in this inning. Started off with a ground out to short, then a double, a walk, RBI single, ground out to second, 2 RBI double, and then a single, and then a score on an E7 has brought up Jacob Couch. Couch struck out swinging his first time up, runner at first for Pryor. 2 down, the pitch fouled off the top of the bat backwards for strike 1. McAllister's going to bring up the top of the order when they come up. This will finish off the second time through the order for the Tigers. This is the 8th batter of the inning for the Tigers. The pitch. Going to be another hard hit line drive underneath the glove of Gannon Mullins, and this one's going to go down as a hit. He went down to a knee to go off to the right, and it just went underneath the glove, and that'll be another base hit, 3 in a row. And that brings up Gavin Roberts as now the 9th batter of the inning comes up for the Tigers. All 5 hits coming here in this inning. Roberts is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, 1 to short, 1 to third. Lauerman delivers. This is going to be down low for ball 1. So 4-0, Buffaloes are trailing the Tigers. Runners at first and second for Pryor. The pitch from Lauerman is going to bounce in the turf, now move it to ball 2. No one in the McAlester bullpen right now, so if anyone was going to help Lauerman here in this inning, it's going to be coming from the field. Watkins can pitch. I'm telling people, the people that cannot pitch today, technically, Sam can, but I don't think he will. The 2-0 will miss up and inside for ball 3. He threw 27 pitches, which makes him eligible to pitch today. But I don't think you want to pitch him again when you have district play coming up on Monday and Tuesday. Mullins cannot pitch. Watkins can. Les now, again, more than likely won't. 3-0 is going to bounce on the turf, and the bases are loaded again for the Tigers as they have now batted around. Bases loaded for Ty Consine, who's grounded out twice. 4-0 Buffaloes trail. But if you're looking at who might come in, you might see Gunnar Hodgel. He only pitched in 1 inning back on Thursday. The pitch from Lauerman, missing upstairs for ball 1. You have Parker Dusenberry that's pitched in a couple of innings so far from McAlester this year. Max Harmon cannot pitch today. He went over close to the 120 pitch mark back on Thursdays. This next pitch is going to catch the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. I kind of feel like Major League Baseball broadcasters talking about who's available in the lineup. Mm-hmm. We're talking about who's available in the pen today. It's Lauerman. Delivers the 1-1. This one's going to miss the letters for ball 2. So if you're asking my opinion out of the people that we've seen pitch this year, you have Dusenberry available, Hodgel, possibly Watkins, possibly Gillespie. Two-one, popped it right, rather left, and out of play onto the Mike Deak walking track, and the count's now deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Buffaloes can score in bulk. They seem to do that a lot. They just need to keep the damage at 4 runs. 2-2. And it's going to miss up high for ball 3. And now runners will be taken off with the pitch. So we'll see if Lauerman, he might try a spin move. Maybe he can get the runner over at second base to leave early. Might just focus on the batter. Here's the payoff. Bounces in the turf, and that's going to be a walk, RBI the easy way, an RBI walk. And that brings up the first baseman, number 25, Cy Collins. Collins 1 for 1 with a double. He got the first hit of the game for the Tigers earlier this inning, as we've blinked and it's 5-0. 5 straight base runners for the Pryor Tigers. Double, single, single, walk, walk. Lauerman the pitch. Bouncing in off the plate for ball 1. Tigers with those 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. McAlester, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error. This one's going to be another hard hit line drive over towards Hodgel. Hodgel dives. He comes up empty. This one's going to roll towards the fence. It's going to clear the bases, as Roberts is going to stay put at second base with the bases clearing triple, and it's an 8 spot by the Tigers here in the top of the 3rd inning. 2 doubles this inning for Cy Collins brings up Stephen Osborne, as it's 8-0 Pryor.
Number 2, Osborne.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, now you're looking at, striking distance, no more. You're looking at, you got to mount a major comeback if you're going to win this game. Buffaloes are staring down maybe 6 in a row here.
I mean, you're staring down run rule territory right now.
Yep, you are. I mean, depending on what the 2 coaches agreed on for 5 innings, as Lauerman delivers to Osborne. This one's way high for ball 1. Depending on what the 2 coaches agreed upon before the game, if it's 8 runs, that's a possible run rule that we see a lot in non-district play after 5. And that's a game-by-game basis. But right now, Buffaloes, if it is 8 runs, if they can't score in the next few innings, game is over. Curveball's down low for ball 2. As we're looking at the 11th batter of the inning for the Tigers, and now we have, looks like Jordan Clark going down to warm up for the McAlester Buffaloes. 2-0. Inside corner for strike 1. And Buffaloes have to be careful with their pitching staff as well, because you have to manage not only today. I mean, obviously you want to win every game, but then you have to think about who you could use against Bishop Kelly on Monday and Tuesday, those games that really matter when it comes to the playoffs. And then you also have to plan for your 2 games next Thursday and a game on Friday as well. You have to have pitchers to make yourself competitive in that game. There's going to be a weakly hit, ground ball towards the first baseman Phillips. It flips over to Lauerman covering, steps on first in time for out number 3, but the damage is done. Tigers score 8 runs in the top of the 3rd inning to take an 8-0 lead over the Buffs. All 6 hits for the Tigers coming in that 3rd inning. We'll take a break as the top of the order up for McAlester here on KNED.
Okay!
Tire and
and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards.
Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
So with the blink of the eye, the McAlester Buffaloes are down 8-0 after an 8 spot in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Buffaloes looking to make it competitive now, as it'll be the top of the order. Seth Sam up for the Buffs. Here's the windup, and the first pitch be outside for ball one. And that's kind of rough. The first two innings looks like these two teams were very evenly matched. They were going right at each other, and the Tigers were able to just piece together a fantastic inning, as this one's going to miss upstairs for ball two. Now, who's to say the Buffaloes can't do the same? We've seen them score 5 runs in an inning before. We've seen them score 4 innings in an inning before. You don't have to get them all back at once, but you need a big inning. Next pitch is going to miss outside for ball 3. You need to get something on that. Well, you need to respond after that inning is what I think you need to do more than anything.
Yeah.
3-0, going to fill the zone for strike one. That's the most important thing. Even if it's a run, it's showing that, hey, we can get a run scored here. We've gone scoreless in the last 9 innings. You got to get one on the board. 3-1 is going to be popped up in the infield. Right side towards foul territory. First baseman Collins underneath it. Makes the catch for out number 1.
I mean, directly in front of us.
That right in our blind spot. And that'll be out number 1. What's even wilder to me is we had, again, the 13-14 hits against Tahlequah, and then we have had now 4 in the last 9 innings. That's the way baseball goes, though, sometimes, man. It's a game of stretches, as this one's going to be fouled straight back for strike 1. Les now has grounded into a fielder's choice. But like we said, the Buffaloes are seeing the ball well. They are hitting the ball, as this one's going to be fouled off at the plate for strike 2. They're just, for the most part, hitting it right at defenders. Count is 0-2. The windup and the pitch from DeSoto. Going to be a ground ball to the right of Coach Mullins if you're looking from his vantage point. And the count's still 0-2 on Les now. So Les now down on the count at 0-2. We've had 1 hit today. It's from Braden Phillips. It was an infield single. And now the Tigers can play loose. Not really a lot of pressure on their shoulders with an 8-run lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Going to be curveball missing low outside for ball 1. That's why I'm saying you need to respond. You need to be able to put a little bit more pressure on Pryor. That's why this half inning is real important for the Buffs, as this one next misses outside for ball 2. Like I said, you can go without this inning of scoring, and you can go crazy in the 4th, 5th, 6th. So here's the 2-2. As this one will be fouled off at the plate. Count's still 2-2. I've definitely seen crazier. I've seen teams come down 9-0 before. It happens actually more often than you think. The 2-2. Curveball low outside for ball 3.
If nothing else, Lesnow's making them throw a lot of pitches.
That's right. The payoff. Going to be a hard hit line drive. That's going to get past the third baseman Ragland and into the outfield. I was about to say, if we hit another line drive and it goes straight into the glove of the defender, that would be the Buffs' luck, but that's going to go down, looks like as a base hit for Caden Les now. They don't call it, it is a base hit on the scoreboard. They don't call it the hot corner for nothing. That brings up Ethan Gillespie. So both those have a base runner, their second hit of the day. Down 8-0, runner at first with 1 down, and a pickoff over to first, not in time. And the Tigers just came off of an 8-7 win over Coweta yesterday. They beat Claremore down 14-6, I believe the day before that. Here's the first pitch to Gillespie, missing upstairs with the fastball for ball one. Like we said, some common opponents. Tigers know how to hit the ball. We saw Glimpool hit the ball really well in that series earlier this week. They beat Glimpool 16-15. As we have a pickoff over to first. Gets past the first baseman. Lesnow's going to take second on the E1. And he'll stay put right there into scoring position for Ethan Gillespie. That's the third error of the day on the Pryor Tigers. Now Gillespie will come up to the plate. Well, he's already at the plate with the count 1-0 on him. Batting .484 with runners in scoring position. Leads the team in that stat, obviously, with the 31 RBIs. Gillespie has RBIs in 5 out of his last 6 games. The pitch. This one's same location as the previous one, ball 2. Again, in scoring position is Lesnow. 1 down. The pitch from DeSoto. Going to miss low outside, now the ball 3. DeSoto threw a lot of pitches in the first inning. Right now he's at 50. Taking off for third is Lesnow. The pitch is a ball. The throw down to third is going to get past the third baseman. And now he's taking off for home. He's going to score anyway, but I think we might have had obstruction as the third baseman, Ragland, got in the way of Lesnow. Lesnow will score anyway. And the Buffaloes will take a 7-run deficit now on the steal of third and then the E2. That should be ball 4. Yeah, that should be ball 4. Gillespie should be going over to first base. Did they call a strike?
Yeah.
He called a strike on that pitch. The 3-1. Popped up the chute and out of play, and the count's now 3-2. They called a strike on that last pitch. Wow.
No comment.
The count is 3-2 now on Ethan Gillespie. Tigers deliver. This one's going to be fouled straight back as well, and the count's still full at 3-2. Buffaloes down now. They responded. That's what we talked about. Trying to, again, just creep up a little bit on the Tigers. Like, you don't need to score all 8 runs at once, but you need to show that you can get that scoreless streak off your back, and they do so here in the bottom of the third. The payoff, popped it up, left field, but onto the Hughes Fieldhouse. We're going to be doing it again at 3-2. Again, where many baseballs go to die. The count is still full 3-2 here for Gillespie.
How many baseballs do you think are up there?
2.
At least.
The pitch. Fastball outside corner for strike 3. So Gillespie goes from what should have been a 4-pitch walk, in my opinion, on a pitch that missed up and inside. It leads to a strikeout on him on a backwards K. Now 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. That is one of the most off strikes I've ever seen. That led to that at-bat continuing. First pitch called strike to Braden Phillips.
Mama always said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, so no comment.
DeSoto, the 0-1, is going to be swinging and missing from Phillips, and the count is now 0-2 on the one that was in the dirt. Phillips, one of the 2 hits for the Buffaloes as they trail 8-1 here in the third inning. DeSoto winds up and the 0-2 pitch. Hard hit ground ball, shortstop's position. Roberts grabs it, throws over to first. Gets him by half a step for out number 3. So that will send us to the top of the 4th inning. McAlester does get a run back, but still trail by 7 here on KNED.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. We have a pitching change for the Buffaloes, as making his first varsity appearance on the mound is the freshman, number 5, Jordan Clark. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet again. Jordan Clark, you never forget your first pitching appearance from the McAlester Buffaloes in varsity play. So he's going to be a straight switch for Jackson Lauerman. So it is going to be Clark on the mound. Here's the first pitch of his varsity career. It's going to be missing up above the letters for ball 1 to Riley Hurst, who has a RBI single, and he walked his first plate appearance. Clark kicks and fires. The 1-0 will be down low for ball 2. So now a few McAlester pitchers making their varsity debut on the mound this year. You had, of course, Gunnar Hodgel. He made his, I want to say, against Glenpool back on Monday. The 2-0 is going to be a high hit fly ball, deep right center field. It's going to split the outfielders and be tracked down by Watkins. It's going to be at least a double, going for a triple as he lost his helmet. Here comes the throw in, and it's going to be late and high. Clark in the right positioning, backs up the throw, and it will be a leadoff triple for Riley Hurst. And now 7 hits in 2 innings for the Tigers here in the top of the 4th. Buffaloes trail 8-1.
Number 22, Ragland.
Right center field off of the W.E. Alford sign. I mean, it bounced a few times before it did that, but that's where it was tracked down at. And I was listening to Coach Gerald Osborne. Their dugout was right below ours. And even when the score was 8-0, as Clark delivers the first pitch, in there for strike 1 to Blake Ragland, who's over 2 with the strikeout and a ground out. Even though they only gave up a run and they still lead by 7, you know what Coach Gerald Osborne was saying?
What?
Let's get it back.
Yep.
That's the mentality that the Tigers are having. And they have a leadoff triple to begin it, as this one's going to miss down low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So runner at third for the Tigers with nobody out. As Clark delivers, fastball inside. Happy ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. So it was Hodgel making his pitching debut this week on Monday. You have Clark making his pitching debut today. We also have, I don't think, as the 2-1, it's going to be a ground ball left side. Mullins grabs it, going to come home with it. The throw is off. E5 on the Buffaloes. Right decision, just a wrong throw. And that'll bring up Aiden Parker as the Tigers do get that run back, and it makes it 9-1. But Max Harmon, he made his debut against Choctaw last week. Actually, a week from today he did. Parker Dusenberry made his debut earlier this year. And like I said, I think Ethan Gillespie, his first year pitching for McAlester was this year, as the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Obviously, Gillespie has been a 4-year starter for the Buffaloes.
Right.
Buffs trail 9-1, top of the 4th inning. Runner at first, and the pitch. Nobody out. The next pitch is going to be a swinging strike to Parker, and the count is now 0-2. Clark comes set and delivers. Reaches out after it. Ground ball at the middle, chance for 2. Stinchcomb steps on second, throws to first. In time for the double play. 2 for the price of 1 there. 4-3 double play for Spencer Stinchcomb and Braden Phillips. And that brings up Brunk Gray, who is 1 for 2, reached on an E7 and then a single. Buffaloes have 3 errors today. The Pryor Tigers have 4 errors today, as the first pitch nearly hits Brunk Gray for ball 1. So not a clean game today. We've had 7 combined errors in the first 3 2/3. 1-0 pitch from Clark. Catch to the knees. Back in the zone he goes, and the freshman puts the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Clark to a pause and the pitch. We'll miss upstairs for ball 2. Now, that's not much of a pause from Jordan Clark. I mean, he comes set just barely, and then he goes right back to the plate. If he gets people on base, he may need to take a little bit more of a break there. But watch, he comes set for a little bit. There he is. A little bit more of a pause. 2-1. We'll miss upstairs for ball 3. That also might be the adrenaline pumping. I mean, it's your first varsity appearance on the mound. You're like, let's keep going. So he's trying to get into a rhythm as well. He's down the count right now, 3-1 to Brunk Gray. And the pitch. High pop-up to left field, staring right into the sun. Les now calls off Hodgel. He's all the way in the left field territory, makes the catch for out number 3 on a back pedal about 20 to 30 feet past the infield dirt. So it's 9-1. The Tigers lead the McAlester Buffaloes as we played half a 7-inning game. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, due up will be Gannon Mullins, Ethan Watkins, and Gunnar Hodgel here on KNED.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
Beginning the bottom of the 4th inning as the Buffaloes trail 9-1 with a fastball that misses up and outside to Gannon Mullins. The second time through the lineup for McAlester. Mullins is 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice as the next pitch will catch the lower outside part of the zone for strike 1. I think there was a little bit of a shake at the head there from Gannon Mullins. I don't think he agreed with the strike. The count is 1-1. Here's the windup in the pitch from DeSottile. Nice line drive straight to the shortstop. On a hop, Roberts makes the grab for out number 1. This is the story of our lives. Out number 1.
Brings up
Ethan Watkins. Another hard hit ball. Straight to a fielder. First pitch to Watkins. He drives this one deep left field, going towards the warning track. This one is going to leave the yard. Ethan Watkins on the first pitch he sees drives one into orbit. Get up. Fly high, be gone. Ethan Watkins' second home run of the year. And the Buffaloes pull it within 7. Trying to keep on responding as he steps on home plate. And the dugout pours out for him. 9-2 the score. Right over the Pete's Place sign next to the scoreboard. Nearly had a home run yesterday, gets one today.
You love to see it.
You love to see it. Buffalo's looking for some more of those. Here's the first pitch to Gunnar Hodgel. Thought about it, lays off for ball 1. And that is even more so. Ethan Watkins has more first pitch hits than anybody on the team. That's his 8th first pitch hit of the year.
Wow.
Next pitch called strike to Hodgel for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And again, I say it every time he gets an extra base hit or a bunt single. As we have the 1-1, swinging and missing is Hodgel for strike 2. Now that's 12 out of his 13 hits are bunt singles or extra base hits. He has not had he's had one swinging single. As here's the 1-2. Ground ball left side, might be a tough play. Snag now by Ragland, throws across his body to first, and digging it out is the first baseman Collins on a nice play from Collins for out number 2. So good response from the pitcher DeSoto after the home run. Brings up Spencer Stinchcomb.
Spencer Stinchcomb.
So 9-2, the Buffaloes trail. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 down. Stinchcomb 0 for 1 with the ground out to second. First pitch to the sophomore. Fastball outside for ball 1. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, the most common hit in baseball is just a single that swung on and made contact with. This one's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher to Sottle. Cat-like reflexes, flips over to first in time for out number 3. So he gives up the home run, but then he gets a couple of ground outs to be able to get out of it with just that one run. We head to the top of the 5th inning. McAlester trailing 9-2 here on KNED. Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards.
Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
So an Ethan Watkins home run, his second of the year, and the 4th of his career. He's hit 3 over the fence, and he's hit 1 inside the park. Has put the Buffaloes within 7, though. Again, that big 8-run inning by the Pryor Tigers is a lot to overcome. McAlester, as of right now, has responded with a run in the 3rd and a run in the 4th, but the Tigers got that run back responding in the top of the 4th inning. Buffalo's just hoping to keep the Tigers off the scoreboard here in the top of the 5th. Again, if it is 8 after 5, if they score a run and McAlester can't in the bottom of the 5th inning, Buffaloes have only 3 hits today. That'd be ball game. It's Jordan Clark on the mound for a second inning of work. The freshman will face Jacob Couch, Gavin Roberts, and Ty Consine. Couch is 1 for 2, Roberts is 0 for 2, and Consine is 0 for 2 with an RBI walk. Clark the pitch. Fouled straight back for strike 1. And I believe since Clark was a straight switch for Jackson Lowerman, I think that Clark will be batting coming up in the 9th, which should be his first varsity at bat. Count 0-1. The pitch, hard hit, fly ball towards foul territory in the bullpen, and that'll be strike 2. Yeah, Clark has played in the outfield a little bit this year for McAlester. No, he's played some center field, played a little bit of left field as well. Has been a courtesy runner for McAlester. His first time on the mound, though, and would be his first time at the plate if he comes up in the bottom of the 5th. The 0-2 is going to be checked at. I don't know if it hit off the bat or if it hit off his hands. Count is 0-2, though. I had to hit off the bat. That's going to be a foul ball. The count's still 0-2.
Looks like it may have gotten a piece of Gillespie.
I think it did, yeah. Yeah, that's a 2-for-1 special. So it looked like it hit off the handle of the bat and then came back and hit Gillespie. Umpire gives Gillespie a little bit of time, and the count is 0-2. I know it hit somebody. Like Gillespie was the one that got it. Clark, the 0-2 pitch. Almost going after it was Couch. Lays off, and the count is 1-2. One and 2. Clark will eye down his catcher Gillespie, who gives him the signs. Relays it, the 1-2 pitch. Off the top of the bat, fly ball left field. Relatively deep. Hodgel gets underneath it and makes the catch. He caught it first. They're going to say on the transfer. So they're going to say on the transfer the ball popped loose, but Hodgel made the catch first. I was about to say, it looked like he snagged that one cleanly. And on the move from glove to hand, it popped out. So that'll be a fly out to left field for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. Brings up Gavin Roberts in the top of the order. Roberts again 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs and a walk. Both groundouts have been to the left side of the infield. 9-2 Pryor leads, top of the 5th inning. First pitch hits him. Hits Roberts on the hip. And that will bring up Ty Consing.
Does set up the double play ball at the very least.
McAllister's already been able to roll one of those today. That's from Aiden Parker in the previous inning, a 4-3 double play. Lefty Consing steps up. His RBI came with a walk with the bases loaded. Other than that, a couple of ground outs. This is where Clark's got to be careful to make sure that he comes set. He does in the pitch. We'll miss upstairs for ball 1. We were mentioning it with nobody on that he sometimes will come set, but he just barely kind of like toe taps and then goes straight back to the plate. Got to make sure that he comes completely set here with the runner at first base so he doesn't balk. Clark, the 1-0, will miss down low for ball 2. And this is also pretty interesting. Clark was starting to get into a rhythm with nobody on to be able to throw strikes. Now that he has to come set and take a little bit more time, how does that throw off his rhythm and how does he respond with the accuracy at the plate? Right now the count is 2-0. The pitch fills the zone at the knees, strike 1. 2-1 the count. Runner at first is Gavin Roberts after a hit by pitch. I think the first lefty that Clark is facing today. Runner takes off for second. It's going to be a pop-up, left side. It's going to drop. Trying to go first to third, no. Going to stay put over at second base on a bloop single to the opposite field there is Ty Consing. That puts runners at first and second with 1 down. And up comes Cy Collins, who has been the most disruptive Tiger batter to the McAlester Buffaloes pitching staff. He's gone 2 for 2 with 2 doubles, including a bases-clearing double with the bases loaded back in that 8-run inning in the top of the 3rd. So it's 9-2 right now. Runners at first and second. And the first pitch to Collins. We'll miss up and outside for ball 1. By the way, that home run hit by Ethan Watkins in the previous half inning, it was all Watkins. There's no wind blowing today. Flags at a complete standstill on the most perfect day for baseball that you could ever think of. The 1-0. Bounce down to move the count to 2-0. I mean, we're looking at 74-degree temperatures by the peak of the day. No winds. Might even get burned a little bit today if you stay out in the sun too long.
That's why I stay indoors.
2-0 misses outside for ball 3. You know, I understand kind of pitching around Collins, not going a straight, intentional walk. Maybe you can clip an outside corner, he can roll over one, but because you do have a base to put him at. This one hits the inside corner for strike 1. But if you walk him, yes, the bases are loaded, but it's not the worst thing in the world, as Collins has been the best hitter statistically so far today for the Tigers. The 3-1. Pops it up right field. Seth Sam barely having to move now off over to his right. Makes the catch. Runner tries tagging up. Here's the throw from right field. Cut off by Les now to third. He got him! Perfect! 9-6-5. Double play after the fly ball to right field. And it's 9-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Sam with a perfect shot to Les now. Les now returned the favor to Mullins, and that is going to end the threat for the Tigers. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th with a 7-run deficit for McAlester here on KNED. Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So So we had runners at first and second for the Pryor Tigers, and a great play, a fly out to right, and then a great relay from Sam to left now to Mullins. Was able to end the Pryor threat. They still lead 9-2 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Jordan Clark in his first varsity at bat, strike one on the outside corner. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one he kind of waves at. It was going to be called strike two anyway, and the count is now 0-2 here to Jordan Clark. DeSontle in a rhythm, the 0-2 pitch. This one low for ball one. DeSontle works quick. Again, never have to worry about a pitch clock on him. The windup and the 1-2. Chopper third base side, but staying foul, and Clark stays alive. Count at 1-2. Again, Clark only a freshman. Got a bright future for the McAlester Buffalo baseball team. Came in for relief back in the fourth inning. 1-2. Curveball, what a pitch. Got Clark out in front, tried to hold back, too late. Strike three, that would have been called anyway.
Can't blame him. That was a really good pitch.
That brings up Seth Sam, probably the best curveball of the day there for DeSontle. Sam is 0 for 2 today. He has reached on an error and then flown out to first base. First pitch to Sam will fill the zone for strike one. One down. Bottom of the fifth inning, Buffaloes trail 9-2. Here's the pitch to Sam. He's going to clip Sam. Hit by pitch to Seth Sam. And that'll put him over at first base for Caden Lesnow. Again, the Buffaloes are really just one big inning away from getting back into it, but they've got to find a way to rattle DeSontle, who has been hard to rattle. He came after a solo home run, as this pitch is going to be fouled backwards from Lesnow for strike one. After Watkins hit a solo shot out of the park, deep fly ball, they were able to get a couple of groundouts back-to-back. So DeSontle has felt good so far today. Pick off over to first, sliding back in safely is Sam. Lesnow is 1 for 2. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and singled. The 0-1. Line drive, left center field, might drop. No. Right to the center fielder. Parker comes in the alleyway and makes the catch for out number 2. And that brings up Ethan Gillespie. Gillespie is 0 for 2, but this is something that's pretty interesting. 4 of the errors by the Pryor Tigers today, 3 of the 4 have come with Gillespie up at the plate. First pitch to Gillespie. Curveball missing outside for ball one. He hit a pop-up that was dropped in left field for an E7, and then when he struck out looking last time up, there was an E1 to get Lesnow over to second base, and then there was the E2 to get Lesnow home. The 1-0, way too high. Snap throw to first. Back in safely will be Seth Sam. The count 2-0 here to Gillespie. Gillespie more than likely should just be 0 for 1 today. There was a really bad strike call that was on a 3-0 count that led to a strikeout in that at-bat. 2-0. We'll miss outside for ball 3. And usually I don't say that. Usually I'm like, oh, that's a close call. That was a rough call.
I mean, that was almost at the eyes.
Yeah, caught it by the chins, yeah. 3-0. Will miss the letters, and that'll be ball 4. See, the pitch that was called a strike on him was higher than that. But he'll take first base on a 4-pitch walk to Ethan Gillespie, which brings up Braden Phillips, who's 1 for 2. He has a single and a ground out to short, but both balls that he's put into play has been over to that shortstop position, as that single that he had was deep in the hole. Diving stop by Roberts at the time kept the Buffaloes off the board. First pitch, popped it up in the infield with 2 down. Right field, or right side in foul territory now. Grabbing it will be Collins, and the Buffaloes leave the runner stranded, and it's 9-2 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Tigers lead the Buffs here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American Inn are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
We're now heading to the top of the 6th inning. The Pryor Tigers lead the McAlester Buffaloes 9-2. The Tigers have rode an 8-run top of the 3rd inning to be able to maintain their lead. Haven't had to sweat a lot since that top of the 3rd. The Buffaloes have put up a couple of runs on the board, one and a couple of errors by the Tigers in the bottom of the 3rd, and then a solo shot by Ethan Watkins. That's one of the 3 hits that McAllister's had so far. The hits have been Caden Lesnow single, Braden Phillips single, Ethan Watkins home run. We have a call to the bullpen brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. Third pitcher of the day for the Buffaloes, Gunnar Hodgel. And this will be the 3rd time that he's pitched this week. He pitched on Monday against the Glenpool Warriors, but didn't really pitch a lot of innings. Pitched again on Thursday, or didn't really pitch a lot of pitches. He only pitched in 1 inning against the Warriors. Pitched on Thursday against the Tigers, same way, only pitched 1 inning, and now he's coming in for the top of the 6th against the Pryor Tigers. First pitch in there for a strike to the cleanup hitter, number 2, Stephen Osborne, who is over 2 with a couple of groundouts, 1 to second and 1 to first, also a walk. So Hodgel has pitched in 2 innings this year, again, both of them this week. 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout to 3 walks. 0-1, out in front, swinging and missing for strike 2. Count 0-2 here in the top of the 6th inning, just beginning it, with the Buffaloes trailing by 7. Hodgel takes a deep breath and the 0-2. Curveball, line drive right back up the middle, another base hit for the Tigers. On the 0-2, he waits on the curveball and sends it right back from where it came, and that will be the first hit of the day for Stephen Osborne. So that means there's only 2 batters now for the Tigers that have not had a base hit. Every Tiger batter has reached base safely. Only one has reached base that not via a walk or a hit. He reached for an error, and that was Blake Ragland. He's currently on deck. Riley Hurst is 2 for 2 with an RBI single and a triple. He hit to deep right center field. First pitch to him. Hits it to, again, deep right field, this time directly to Seth Sam. Underneath it to make the catch for out number 1. So good bounce back there for Gunnar Hodgel. And it brings up Blake Ragland, who is 0 for 3. Struck out looking, grounded out to second, reached on an E5.
Hitter, number 22, Ragland.
9-2 Buffaloes trail, top of the 6th. 1 down, 1 runner over at first base. Hodgel kicks and fires. Runner takes off for second. Pitch is a ball. The throw to second is on time. He got him. Ethan Gillespie guns him down over at second base. As we'll have Gerald Osborne go speak with the field umpire.
Throw by the catcher.
Oh, he is mad. Oh, he is fuming. And he's pointing over here at the second base bag. He's still speaking with the field umpire. But his initial reaction, he wasn't necessarily yelling at him or anything, but you could tell just by the body language, he is mad. That's going to be an out in the base paths on the Throw down to second from Ethan Gillespie. Gunning down the runner, and just like that, 2 down. Pitch was a ball, which I thought was a strike. And the count is 1-0 here on Blake Ragland. Pitch from Hodgel. Popped it up in the infield, but looks like it's going to tail off, foul and out of play. And get on top of the Hughes Fieldhouse. But that one might have bounced right off. Count now 1-1.
So now there's at least 3 baseballs up there.
I wonder how many baseballs that Major League Baseball has to buy every year. Because, again, if there's one that's hit for a home run or foul ball, the fans get to keep that.
Right.
1-1. It'll be a foul ball off of the batter, Ragland, at the plate for strike 2. Now I'm going to have to look that up because I wonder how much, 1, they spend on baseballs a year, and 2, how many do they go through. So I'm going to do that in between innings, I think, because that's pretty interesting. Top of the 6th, Buffaloes trail 9-2, 2 down now. Nobody on after the caught stealing. One and 2 the count here to Blake Ragland. Pitch, hard hit ground ball, but foul, just foul, about 4 or 5 feet foul. And we'll do it again. So 1 and 2 the count. So we have this. This is pretty cool. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Hodgel that misses down low for ball 2. We have how many baseballs are usually used in a Major League game. How many do you think are usually used?
In one game?
In one game. How many games or balls are used in a Major League Baseball game?
I'm going to guess 75.
Here comes the 2-2 from Hodgel. Below the knees for ball 3. Tough spot. Hard pitch to lay off there for Ragland. Counts now full at 3-2. An average of 84 to 120 baseballs are used in a Major League Baseball game.
Okay, I wasn't too far off.
No, just a little bit low. About 9 low of the lower mark there on the average. So now we have to calculate how many in the season. 2-2. Going to be a fly ball, right field. Sam going after it in the alleyway. Makes the catch for out number 3. So the Buffaloes are essentially going to get the Tigers to go down in order, 1, 2, 3, as we head to the bottom of the 6th with an assist there from Ethan Gillespie, getting a runner caught stealing at second base. Buffaloes trail 9-2 here on KNED. Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards.
Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
We're beginning the bottom of the 6th inning, which McAlester trails 9-2 with a called strike to Gannon Mullins. As here's the windup from DeSoto and the pitch. This will be low, and that will be ball 1 to Gannon Mullins. Again, McAlester trailing 9-2, bottom of the 6th. Leadoff batter for the Buffs. Batting out of the 5 spot is Gannon Mullins. 1-1 from DeSoto, and for a 6th inning of work, gets a swing and a miss from Mullins for strike 2. So we asked the question, how many baseballs are used in a Major League Baseball season, including spring training and including the postseason?
Okay.
As we have a windup from DeSoto, and the 1-2 pitch will be low for ball 2. You can expect around 900,000 baseballs to be used in a Major League Baseball season.
Yeah, that tracks.
2-2. Hard hit, line drive, right center field, going after it and falling after a diving attempt from Osborne. Gannon Mullins with a base hit. It would have been a tough play by Osborne. It did hit off his glove, but there was a diving attempt, and I'm sure that that's going to be ruled as a hit because he makes SportsCenter if he makes that catch. Nearly did. But now I'm asking the question, how much does Major League Baseball spend on baseballs in a season?
Okay, now that'll be interesting.
First pitch to Watkins. He drives this one high, but not far to left field. Couch will get underneath it, track it for out number 1. He hit that one about as hard as he hit the last one that he sent out of the park, but this one just a little too far underneath it, and that'll be out number 1. Major League Baseball spends about $6.3 million on baseballs every year.
My goodness.
That brings up Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel is 0 for 2. We're at the mystery machine. We have solved that clue. None of that made sense. First pitch. Hodgel will pop this one up. Shallow right field. Second baseman getting underneath it. He will make the he'll drop it. It'll be an easy out over at second base. Even Mullins is making his way over towards the dugout. And that will be out number 2. Normally that would go down as an error, but that time it's just going to be a 4-3 fielder's choice. But if you're looking at it from a statistic standpoint, the Buffaloes would rather have Hodgel on the base paths than Mullins because Mullins doesn't have a stolen base so far this year. Hodgel has 8. He's over at first base with 2 down. First pitch to Stinchcomb. Fastball in there for strike 1.
Okay, and can you explain something real
Yes.
quick? Why would that not have been an infield fly?
Because there's only 1 runner on. Runners have to be at first and second or bases loaded for an infield fly.
Got it.
This one's going to be chopped foul, third base side, for strike 2. Because if you have runners at first and second, if you let a ball drop like that, you're looking at a possible double play easy.
Right.
That one at least protects. That doesn't. You can't protect one batter because you're probably going to get out anyway on a drop pop fly in the infield.
Right.
That prevents defenses as we have this pitch going to be lined after towards center field. It's going to drop. Base hit for Spencer Stinchcomb and puts the Buffaloes at first and second with 2 down. For, looks like Jackson Lowerman, who re-entered the game into left field when Hodgel came in to pitch. It prevents defenses from letting a ball intentionally drop for a double play. But for 1 out, it's not that big of a deal because you're probably going to catch a pop fly anyway in the infield. So runners at first and second with 2 down. Lowerman has re-entered into the game as the first pitch to him will miss low and outside for ball 1. So when Clark came in to pitch, Lowerman, that was just a straight switch with Clark. But you're allowed to re-enter the game once, so Lowerman goes back into left field as Hodgel came in to pitch. So Clark back out of the game. The 1-0. Hard hit, line drive down the line, left field. It is fair. Rounding third will be Hodgel. He's going to score. Stinchcomb rounding third. He'll score. Lauerman rounding second, trying to get third. Here's the play at the bag. It's not in time. A 2 RBI triple for Jackson Lauerman down the left field line has pulled the Buffaloes within 5. Big hit for Jackson Lauerman puts the Buffaloes within striking distance here in the final 4 outs of the game. Like we said, the Tigers haven't really had to sweat a lot since the top of the 3rd inning.
Right.
Now you can give them a little bit of pressure. First pitch to Seth Sam. Low and outside, ball 1. So down the left field line, Lauerman is trying to catch his breath still over at the third base bag. DeSoto, the 1-0 pitch, will catch the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 9-4 McAlester trails. Pulled it back within 5. The pitch. Chopper third base side, but foul. Lauerman will grab it and throw it back over to the pitcher. The count now 1-2 on Seth Sam. And here comes Harper Marie Ruth Green. My daughter has gone to her first McAlester baseball game. She's the good luck charm. They enter the field, and now it's a 5-run game. The 1-2 pitch popped up and out of play, and the count's still 1-2. Harper's going to get to see what her dad does for a living for the first time. What's up, girl? Oh. She'll sit in my lap for a little bit here. DeSoto, the 1-2 pitch, up high, and that'll be ball 2. So Jackson Lauerman with the biggest hit of the day so far for McAlester, putting him within 5. 2-2 is the count here to Seth Sam. The pitch. Line drive down the left field line. That one's going to be fair, and scoring another run are the Buffaloes. They pull it within 4. RBI single, no double. Make that a double for Seth Sam as he slides into the second base bag. And they'll bring up Caden Less now. So McAlester gave up an 8 spot in the top of the 3rd inning, but they respond with 3 runs here in the bottom of the 6th after scoring 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 4th. So it's an RBI double for Seth Sam to bring up Caden Less now. 2 down, the pitch. Popped it up in the infield. Maybe not an easy play. Getting underneath it will be Roberts. Roberts catches it for out number 3. But the Buffaloes do pull within 4 runs. It is officially striking distance once again for McAlester. We'll head to the top of the 7th inning. 9-5 McAlester trails here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma, and we're going in the booth if you're watching on YouTube as Harper Marie Ruth Green, my daughter, is over here to watch Daddy play in the alumni game after this one. So Buffaloes are trailing right now 9-5. McAlester fans, this is your good luck charm. As soon as she got onto the came into the stadium, Buffaloes put up 3 runs. So let's see if they can keep it going here as they go to the top of the 7th inning, trying to keep it at a 4-run deficit. We'll switch things back over to the game. Gunnar Hodgel in for a 2nd inning of work against the bottom of the order for the Pryor Tigers, Aiden Parker, Brunk Gray, and Jacob Couch. First pitch from Hodgel is going to bounce in the turf for ball 1. So Parker has gone 1 for 2 with a walk, a 2 RBI double, and he grounded into a double play, 4-3. Hodgel, the pitch. This will miss outside for ball 2. Again, you can look back at this game, even with McAlester Falls, and you look at that 8-run inning in the top of the 3rd, and you're like, man, it stinks that if McAlester doesn't win this game, that they, you look at that inning as the next pitch catches the corner for strike 1. But still, one thing you always have to admire about this McAlester baseball team, just like last year's, they don't fold. There's not a lot of games that are played between McAlester and their opponents in which the opponent runs away with the game. The 2-1 could be a high hit fly ball, right field. Seth Sam having to go back, still backpedaling, stops and makes the catch. That's out number 1. I mean, they'll find themselves down sometimes 8-0, or they'll find themselves down after a 5-run inning, and then they will answer back. They're a gritty team. I mean, I know they're at 500 right now, and they could be looking at another loss if they can't come back in the bottom of the 7th. But still, to be able to put up a fight the way that they are, not rolling over, it's a great sign to see. As the first pitch misses for ball 1, and Ethan Gillespie can't believe it. And Gillespie's usually honest with the pitching staff. He's like, hey, where did that miss? And they might be asking the umpire, and Gillespie's like, that's outside. It's low. It's inside. If Gillespie can't believe where a pitch lands and it's a ball and not a called strike, that's when you should be concerned. The next pitch misses up high for ball 2. 2-0 the count here to Brunk Gray, who is 1 for 3. He has a single, reached on an E7, and flew out to short. Hodgel delivers the 1-0. That one a called strike at the letters for strike 1. 2-1 the count. If I ever say the wrong count, it's because I'm usually looking at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Not at the video screen, and Sometimes I can be a little bit off there.
That's why I correct you.
Thank you.
Quietly, though.
2-1 from Hodgel. Right on the corner for strike 2. If you couldn't hear, that's coming from McAllister's dugout. The count is now 2-2. Hodgel looking for the K. 2-2 pitch. Popped it up right side towards foul territory. Sam going out after it. Slides and makes the catch in foul territory. Seth Sam having a day out there in right field.
That might be a new nickname right there.
Seth Slam. Next time he hits a home run, I have to make sure I remember that. But that one's going to be a fly out over to right field in foul territory and a sliding catch by Seth Sam. It's a superhero name, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And that brings up Jacob Couch. The reason why I say that, because think about a lot of superhero names. Peter Parker. Clark Kent. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. That's actually not. Is that Couch? Is that new? Is that?
I think that's
a new batter.
33.
Yeah, someone's in for Couch. I'll get a number here in just a moment. I took a picture.
All right, the next pitch is in there for a strike.
The count now 0-2. I think it's Kennedy. I'm trying to read the handwriting a little bit here, but I think it's Kennedy. I'll be able to get one for sure as they have their roster on the OSSAA rankings. Count is 0-2 here from Hodgel. And the pitch. Fastball down low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the Pryor Tigers. New batter, number 33. I'm about to have a name for you here in just a minute. Looks like that is Carson Kennedy. Carson Kennedy up at the plate. 1-2. Skips off the plate. And I'll move the count now to 2-2. Harper is just gazing down the play. That's the future third baseman for the Oklahoma Sooner softball team, by the way, just letting you know.
Should I get her autograph now or later?
Now, the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gunnar Hodgel works a 1-2-3 inning for the McAlester Buffaloes with a little help from Seth Sam. And put those rally caps on, Buff fans. It is 9-5. McAlester trails by 4. They're trying to do what they did in the previous inning and then a little bit more, as they'll be having the middle of the order up for the Buffaloes. It looks like it'll be Ethan Gillespie, Braden Phillips, and Gannon Mullins coming up here on KNED.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American Inn are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and for Landon DeSottile, he's trying to finish what he started. He's got 18 pitches to do it, too. He's at pitch 103 coming up here to Ethan Gillespie. Gillespie over 2. He has reached on an error, struck out looking, and walked. First pitch going to be a ground ball left side, and that's going to get the Buffaloes on the base paths. Ground ball right between Ragland and Roberts at the shortstop hole. And Gillespie back into the hit column, brings up Braden Phillips. So it all started off in the previous inning with a single from Stinchcomb after a single by Gannon Mullins earlier after a fly out to left and a fielder's choice. It went 2 RBI triple by Jackson Lauerman, an RBI double from Seth Sam, and then a fly out to short by Caden Lussnow. As popped up will be Braden Phillips in the infield. Going after it and making the catch will be the first baseman Collins, and the Buffaloes are down to their final out.
2 outs.
2 outs, thank you. Trying to multitask, not always easy to do. Brings up Gannon Mullins, who is 1 for 3, but he's hit the ball hard all 3 times. And he's had a line out to short, he's hit into a fielder's choice, and then he singled which got the party started for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the 6th. And Nate is just bored out of his mind. I
did not sleep well last night.
First pitch upstairs, ball 1. Gillespie over at first base. 9-5 McAlester trails. DeSoto comes set. And the pitch. Be upstairs, and that'll be ball 1. Was that last one? Yeah, I guess the last one was a ball. Ball 2, thank you. I'm trying to do like 3 things at once right now. The 2-0 pitch is going to be short-armed, and snap throw to first. Back in safely is Gillespie. Pryor wanted the out, but again, we had the best view in the house right here. Gillespie back in safely. I think even Collins said, "Hey, did I get you?" And Gillespie says, "No, you know you didn't." Count is 3-0 here to Gann and Mullins. Ethan Watkins is on deck. And the pitch. That one above the letters, and that'll be maybe a little bit inside as well. That'll be ball 4. I thought it was lower than the letters, but I guess inside too. And that will be a 4-pitch walk to Gann and Mullins, and we might be having a new pitcher now for the Tigers. Again, we told you that he was down to his last 18 pitches when this inning began. And we will be having a new pitcher. So we're going to be taking a break. A call to the bullpen coming up here on KNED.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards.
Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a truck month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this truck month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season. Here for Blake Ragland, but he does have a little bit of pressure on him as there's runners at first and second for the McAlester Buffaloes. Down by 4, 9-5's the score. The Tigers led this game by 8 2 different times. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. So you have a courtesy runner in as well for McAlester. And I believe that is, I think that's Aiden Shumway over there at first base.
Yeah, it's number 21.
And that will actually be a pinch runner for Gann and Mullins. So Ethan Watkins comes up to the plate already with a home run today. He also hit a fly ball that went a mile high, but didn't travel as far as the last one he hit. So it's 9-5. First pitch to Watkins from Ragland. Tries to bunt it, and it's going to be fouled straight back for strike 1. Again, you could be looking at that as like a sack bunt attempt, but if you know Watkins, really any bunt that he can get down, it's not really a sack bunt. He can go try to stretch that into a hit. Count is 0-1 here on Watkins. Buffalo's down by 4. Runners at first and second. The pitch. This time swinging. It's going to be a ground ball just fouled on the third base side. And the count is now 0-2. And yes, it is Aiden Shumway, the pinch runner. So now down on the count is Watkins with 1 down. Runners at first and second for McAlester. Again, Watkins 1 for 3, struck out, solo home run, fly out to left. Blake Ragland, the new pitcher, the pitch. Hard hit ground ball, bodied up by the third baseman, and he'll just step on third for the force out. That is a smart play. A lot of people may want to just get out of the way of a hard hit ground ball, but bodying it up is Collins, and that'll be out number 2.
Now we're down to our final out.
Brings up Gunnar Hodgel. So Shumway at second, Watkins at first. Yes, Blake Ragland is now on the mound for the Tigers trying to finish this thing off. Collins has moved from first to third. Osborne has moved from right to first. Couch has moved from left to right, and DeSoto has moved from the mound to left field. First pitch to Hodgel is down low for ball one. I believe this is the first time that Hodgel has had an at-bat with a runner in scoring position today. He's I want to say he's like 6 for his last 11 with runners in scoring position, though. Hits his ground ball down the third base side, but foul, and the count is 1-1. So Buffalo's here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The tying run is on deck in the form of Spencer Stinchcomb, who is 1 for 3. Jackson Lauerman in the hole, who has hit the biggest hit so far today for McAlester. The pitch, curveball well outside to Hodgel. The count now 2-1. Buffalo's been able to come back and get 7 hits in this game despite having just a few before the 6th inning. This one's going to be a chopper down the third base side, but foul again. And now the Buffalo's down to their final strike. 6th innings have been kind to McAlester. It's just trying to get those runs in the 7th. We're going to be having a tying of the shoe by Aiden Shumway at second base. So Hodgel trying to stay alive. Came in for relief. Pitched a scoreless 6th and 7th. Ragland trying to finish off the Buffs. The 2-2. Ground ball left side. This one's just foul. And Hodgel still alive with the count 2-2. DeSoto is in line for the win. Again, this is not a save situation for Blake Ragland. Now, with a 4-run lead at the tying run was at the plate, that would be a save situation.
Right.
But this one, it might be a hold situation. I'll have to look that up. Ragland looks at second in the 2-2. Again, waiting on it on the off speed. Hodgel stays alive and fouls it back. Count still at 2-2. Hodgel hitless today, but he's put the ball in play a couple of times. Ground ball to third and ground ball to second.
He's going fall-out boy on this at-bat.
If you're going down, you're going down swinging.
That's right.
The 2-2 is going to be a snap throw to first. The Buffaloes are out on the base pass to end the game again. A pickoff of first base. They back pick Ethan Watkins for out number 3. And the Buffaloes fall 9-5. The Pryor Tigers. McAlester ends up taking the loss. They came back. They were down by 8 2 separate times. They were able to pull it back within 4. But the Tigers do eventually take the win on a back pick of first base. A great throw from Gray to Osborne gets the final out. So again, 9-5 the final score. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll look at your final postgame stats. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung, and you've been dormant for months. Spring to life with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. And now is a great time to head to Patriot because we're offering special financing on most models on the lot, including Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram pickups. Spring savings are available now, so don't miss out. Head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. We're located on the 69 bypass right next to the new mall. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Everyone knows gas and water don't mix, but these April showers are rain and gas cards.
Purchase any vehicle in the month of April and receive a $1,000 gas card.
What did I hear you girls talking about?
It was Maddie's idea, but what better way to show our customers our appreciation than to give them a $1,000 gas card?
I always knew I was the smartest. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
Buffaloes had some mental mistakes once again today. They gave up a big third inning. Buffaloes had 3 errors in the game, and the final out was on the base paths. It was a back pick of first base, and really this is what the most brutal part is for McAlester, is that you've had in the last, I think, 3 games for McAlester. You had Tahlequah on Thursday get thrown out over a third for the final out. Then yesterday, picked off over at first for out number 2. And then for today, back picked over at first base for the final out today. And that's a hard one to swallow for McAlester. Just kind of got napping on the base paths in the 7th inning in back-to-back games. And, I'm not saying that even if he doesn't get picked off, you still survive in that game. But then you take the game out of the batter's hands, who Gunnar Hodgel was having a fantastic at-bat right there. He was fouling off a lot of tough pitches. And who knows, if he has Hodgel has hit the warning track a lot this year. If he gets a complete hold of one and sends one over the left field wall, you're looking at a 1-run game. And then you got Stinchcomb, who singled his last at-bat. Jackson Lauerman hit a triple. Seth Sam has home run power. You have all those guys that can make it happen with only down by 1, and you take it out of the hands of your guy at the plate. So it's a tough one again for McAlester, and they lose their 6th in a row, and I believe dropped down to below 500 for the first time this year. And it doesn't get easier. Like we said, they play Bishop Kelly on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. But like I said, I hate just saying the bad stuff because there's a lot of good stuff here today. The Buffaloes, again, we mentioned how earlier this year struggled with strikeouts, only had 4 today. And we also mentioned this throughout the game as well. Buffaloes could have folded. They were down by 8 2 different times. And there's a lot of high school teams out there. When you get down by 8 and you get into that run rule territory, they say, all right, done. Game over. Let's just roll over. Let's get ready for the next one. The Buffaloes fought back to make this a game, especially to make the Pryor Tigers sweat a little bit in the 7th. So it just goes to show you that McAlester, over the last couple of years, they don't fold. They
were down 9-1 going into the 6th inning.
And they ended up making it a 9-5 game. So, yeah, it was a good way to come back from McAlester. Again, you just hate the way that, just brutal ending to it, but still there are good things to take away from it. McAlester entered the 6th inning with only 3 hits, finished with 8 today. So they're seeing the ball well still. They're hitting the ball hard. Sometimes it's just right to the defenders, and they're hoping to, again, just end the losing streak. And what better way to do it than against the Bishop Kelly Commons in district play? That's another bright side to today. Although McAlester lost, and it's going to be a loss in your record, it is still not a district game. It's not going to matter in terms of playoffs. What's mattering is that you need to be able to use tomorrow, Easter Sunday, spend it with your family, get these games off of your mind, because it was a bad week for McAlester. Be able to get it out of your mind and then get ready for Monday, because you're going to be starting on the road. It's hard to play over at Bishop Kelly. I don't know the last time that McAlster's actually beaten the Comets over in Tulsa. So there's a chance for them to do it on Monday. They really need it. And because these next 3 district series are going to be hugely important, especially after the Glenpool series. So we'll see how the Buffaloes respond on Monday when they travel to take on the Comets. Let's go ahead and look at your post-game stats here in this 9-5 Pryor Tiger win. Brought to you by Beautiful Rooms Furniture. They offer brand-name high-end mattresses, including hybrid, sold at discount prices. Visit their showroom today for quality furniture at affordable prices. Starting off with the Tigers, who improved to 18-4 on the year. Gavin Roberts went 0 for 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Ty Constein went 1 for 3 with an RBI walk with the bases loaded. Cy Collins went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. He ended up clearing the bases on one of his doubles. He hit 2 doubles today. Stephen Osborne went 1 for 3 with a single in his final at-bat. Riley Hurst went 2 for 3 with a RBI single and a triple. Blake Ragland went 0 for 4, but reached on an E5 earlier in the game. Aiden Parker 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs on a 2 RBI double. Brunk Gray went 1 for 4 with a single, and Jacob Couch went 1 for 3. Carson Kennedy came in and struck out in the final at-bat for the Tigers. I believe that was the top of the 7th inning. So it was 9 hits for the Pryor Tigers. Landon DeSoto ended up striking out 4. He walked 3, walked/hit 3, and 4 Pryor Tiger errors. The Buffaloes dropped to 10-11 on the year. 1 through 9 looked like this. Seth Sam went 1 for 3 with an RBI double. He improves his hit streak to 8 games in a row. Caden Lesnow 1 for 4 with a single and a line out to center. Ethan Gillespie went 1 for 3, singling in his final at-bat. Braden Phillips 1 for 4, singling in his first at-bat. Gannon Mullins 1 for 3, but hit the ball hard all 3 times that he came up, also walked his final plate appearance. Ethan Watkins 1 for 4 with a solo home run. Gunnar Hodgel went 0 for 3 with a couple of groundouts. Spencer Stinchcomb went 1 for 3, singled in his final at-bat. Jack Slatterman had the biggest hit of the day for the Buffaloes, a 2 RBI triple down the left field line. He went 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs, and Jordan Clark 0 for 1 with a strikeout. There were 8 McAlester hits. Between Lauerman and Clark and Hodgel, the Buffaloes struck out 3, but walked or hit 7, and 3 McAlester errors today. So we encourage you, if you're just now watching and if you haven't been here and you want to be able to laugh at some old McAlester baseball players, make sure you come on by. We have the alumni game and batting practice and all the above coming up here in just a moment as we have everybody warming up over in left field as we speak, and I'm about to join them here in just a moment after we get all this stuff packed up and ready to go. But again, Alumni Day continues here over in McAlester. So I would expect the game to begin in about an hour and a half. So make sure you come on by over to Mike Deak Field. There's plenty of stuff still to have happen over here. We'd like to thank our sponsors for today, the Bank & A, the Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Best Western American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, First Realty, and WE Offered Propane. Thank you for our board operator over at the K&D Studios here in McAlester, Wyatt Hubbard, bringing you the action on the radio side of things. And also a big thank you to our camera operator / color commentator today, Nate Brown. And also a big thank you to Harper Marie Ruth Green for helping us with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. So one final time for Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes fall to the Pryor Tigers 9-5. And until the Buffaloes travel to Bishop Kelly on Monday for the beginning of another district series,